channel, everybody. I'm Paul Dietz Horsemanship, and we started this channel to help others. It was sort of a vision of my friend Mike Thomas to have a bunch of videos where everybody could afford them. And originally, we had talked about charging just a couple dollars a video and trying to keep them short enough where people could learn something, and having a whole database. And while things have changed, life is better for me. I used to say I'm in business to be out of business in 10 years. And since we started doing the clinics, it's been, a little over 10 years, but we kind of tapered way off when our daughter started going to school. And I still help plenty of people from home and give some local clinics and travel a little bit, but I'm home way more. And I wanted to kind of keep finding a way to give back to the people. And it's that little by little stuff that I hope to get you guys to be able to see more than just one or two horses, because everything's different, and over time circle some different horses through. We kind of stay on one for a while until we move to a next one as they come through for tune-ups or just my own horses. But I'm always open for some things that you guys want to see. But it's all that, as my friend Raymond said, he said, Paul, you do a great job of keeping horses out of trouble and getting a lot done without getting them in trouble. But you'll always disappear in a crowd, and YouTube is definitely that crowd. The world is definitely that crowd. But my friends that know me, I am very blessed to have some great hands throughout the world, and very proud of my students. And that's where we started CVC Horsemanship, is to kind of carry it on, and those that have been interns become that classical vaquero college, sharing that knowledge to everybody else. And so we have a college where we take in interns, and those interns then go, I only take in interns that really, I think, A, have a potential, usually been to some clinics, and C, are going to go on and either help horses or people with the horsemanship. So if you haven't been, this is Julian. And I wanted to kind of bring a way in the college to help people to not just disappear in the crowd, because most really good horsemen that I know, honestly, are happy being on the ranch or training horses. And being in the backlight, I'm very proud to help a lot of trainers with problems, and have taken horses to pretty much every level in every sport in the horse business. But don't really care to get the credit, because my credit is every day when I ride, and every day is different. And there was a story once about a fella who was at the Spanish riding school, and they asked him to talk about that and the difference in modern day dressage. And they scheduled a demonstration. I think it was like a 2-hour demonstration. And he came out and talked what they wanted to talk to him about. And he said, okay, now I'm here to tell you the difference. The difference is time, the end. And true horsemen are taking that time to get that horse right from where it's at. And there's a lot of them out there that you'll never hear of. I pray that you do. Some of them are all walks of life, doing it in their spare time, because unless you really want to kind of go out there and be flamboyant, and I would urge you that to some degree, ego is the anti-horsemanship. The more ego you see in someone, we all have it maybe to some degree, but the more ego you see in someone, probably, for the most part, the less horsemanship they have. And there's a certain amount of situation where we need to humble ourselves. And the horses are pretty good at doing that, and about the time you think you have things figured out, you get to get another one that may introduce you to some things. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to do a little bit of groundwork, then we'll pause the tape Now, as always, I always check my horses out before I ride them. It's a good idea to get things up above him there. He's been here quite a bit, so he gets kind of worried sometimes, but it's always nice to see and spend just a few minutes. And I want to see if I have control of his feet. When I change hands and drive his hip away, he gets a little tight, and I'm just aware of that, but I don't want him escaping. When I pick up on this rein, I'd like to not even take the float out of that rein like that to bring the front quarters. Again, I'll change hands. I drive his hind away. I don't pull him. If he gets too far back, I'm going to get my flag a little further back, and I drive him away. When I go to lift on this rope and take the slack out, I want to get the front quarters. Now I want him kind of out of my bubble here. There we go. And then he can go the opposite way. Out, dogs. I got it. Out. Always willing to help drive something. Great border collie. Uno, out. We'll drive the hind away. And I want to make sure that I have control of those feet. Now when I pick up on this, he's gone far enough away. I felt his nose there a little that time, but it was still pretty light. Wasn't like it took a lot. And same thing, sometimes if we take the hind several steps, we want to practice taking that front several steps. Now if he gets forward at all in here, he's a little forward, as you can see his hind feet moving out of position. I might have to move him a step, rock him back on his hind end. Move him a step, rock him back on his hind end. I want to go back till he's soft. There we go, and rhythmic. There we go. And then rock him back on his hind end. So I don't want to practice an imbalance where I'm doing way more hind than front. And when I'm trying to take the hind, I don't want him unengaged. I want him to disengage, which means taking that hind to a maximum. And I'm trying to drive that leg up under. And if he gets stuck, I'll do a little more. But I want him to step up under deep there so that his legs are gathered, so that when I bring the front, he can come through with a little oomph there. Good. Out. Front, and then rock back. Front, keep going, good, and rock back. Don't lose your weight on your hind end. I didn't ask him to change sides, so I'm going to push him out there. Good, and I'd like to finish up there behind that shoulder. I want him to move out and wait there. He can learn to wait there. If he always faces up, then a lot of times when I go to work a cow, he then wants to face the cow. And then when the cow leaves, he's basically driving and pushing on the cow rather than keeping that cow where he can rock his weight back over his hocks. Good. We'll check him out. He's a little jumpy there. Check him out up here. Again, a lot of times people spend time up in front of him, petting him on the head, but this is where I'm going to ride. If he's worried about me being here, I need to make sure that I spend some time there. I'm going to ride up here. I'd like to yell hello to my neighbors, so I'm going to spend some time here. And when I wave high, I don't want him jumpy. I want kind of all the boogaboos out of there before I get on him. But mostly I want to know that I have some control there. But I don't have to get it perfect, just to change there where he builds some confidence. Good. And I'd like to see that head a little lower. Hopefully as we ride him, we'll get a little more. But just because you start off on the ground and think things are good, that's nice. You kind of relax there a little. Doesn't mean that when you get on, they're going to be good. But that doesn't mean you have to stay on. If it goes bad, get off before it gets too bad. Go back to doing your groundwork. You know, if you need to get up on the fence and throw your rope up over there, swing your flag, make sure he's okay with it on both sides there. Do that. Check him out. Don't leave much up to chance. Stay safe and enjoy the journey.